There's two possible versions of you. In one possible world, you are completely enveloped by sin. You feel as if your life has been completely destroyed. And there's another possible world where you feel as if you defeated sin and your urges are gone and you feel happy and fulfilled. I have helped many people get on the road towards the second path. And let me tell you, it's not as daunting as you think. I have 3 pillars prepared for you in this video. So without any further ado, let's get into it with pillar 1. Understand who the devil actually is. Sin can be equated to the devil, and the devil is like this little guy in your shoulder, the little voice in your head that goes, you should go jerk off right now. You should go on TikTok and scroll for 3 hours. That's the devil right there on your shoulder, giving you the voice in your head. Now this guy, this little bastard on your shoulder, is like an internet troll. Now what do internet trolls do, okay? They adjust their fat bellies. They move over the Richard Dawkins book, their atheist book. Ooh, I'm an atheist, I'm so cool. They start typing. Wow, you can't say women can't drive. That's so misogynistic. That's so wrong. You can't say that. You just told the truth, right? But they're trying to get a rise out of you. Now you have 2 options. You can either feed into it, right, and give away your energy, or you could just laugh at them, as you should, and move on. The devil is the exact same. The devil only has as much power as you give him, which is why you can't be one of these people who are like, oh my god, the devil's after me. The devil, I'm so scared, the devil. The devil looks for easy targets. When you're scared of the devil targets you more. The sin targets you more, you understand? So you can be completely destroyed by the devil, enveloped by the devil like this, better snap my fingers, or you can be completely in control of the devil and destroy the devil and not even worry about the devil like that. Meaning, if you just know what to do, the devil can be destroyed like that. Now what do? This moves us on to pillar 2. Identity. Identity is literally the difference between a good life and a bad life. Difference between the devil winning and losing. We all have a spirit created by God, which is literally the exact thing that leads us to being fulfilled and finding our identity. That is our identity right there, the spirit. But we are bound by flesh, okay? And our flesh is very hedonistic and short-sighted. So the goal is to identify more with your actual spirit as opposed to your flesh. Now to do this, you must be very introspective. And not because your spirit resides within yourself, your spirit's external. But this is just done so you can check yourself with your spirit and try to align with it. You have to do this within prayer because you need a power source in order to communicate with the spirit, which is God. Now, if you're not a Christian, you probably don't understand anything I just said. If you aren't a Christian, then that just means you're retarded. You can go do this with you can do it without God and do it with some rocks or some other gay stuff like that, some faggot stuff. We don't do that. Do it with Jesus, right? The method is so good, it even works if you aren't a Christian. That's how good it is. Now, these things you're checking in prayer, what you're trying to align with are your I am. Who are you and what are you? I'm going to give you this template completely for free. It's in the Discord. Use this to map out who you actually are and give thought into this. Don't be like, well, I am the pizza worker at Pizza Hut. No, think more about it, okay? You have to give it time. So fill this thing out and then start praying and feel as if you have it and see that you have it, okay? And get into prayer however you want. It's not that complicated. Just try, okay? And feel it. Really feel that you have it. And you will be able to see whether or not it actually is aligned with your spirit, whatever you wrote down. So, for example, I am on TikTok scrolling for 2 hours a day. I am on Pornhub jerking off. You see how I don't feel good? There's no happiness. There's no good emotions coming from that. Because it's not aligned with my spirit. Meanwhile, I'm leading this movement building back Christian men. I have a beautiful smile. But you see what I mean? Just do that with everything and you'll realize, oh, I actually like to do this and I actually don't like that. It's literally that simple. It's not even that complicated. And remember, you have the ability to do whatever you want. This is your imagination. Don't limit yourself to, well, it's really hard to make money. All that stuff's BS. Okay, you can do literally whatever you want, assuming it's within the confines of reality. Like, you can't become a dinosaur, okay? And this will lead to you having the ultimate weapon against Satan, aside from Jesus. But in order to really invoke Jesus, you need to know who you are, right? So now how do you wield this ultimate weapon against Satan? You've been given courtesy of me. Pillar 3, laugh at the devil. Imagine a loser. Imagine a person you could bully. And some of you might be like, but I'm not a bully. You are now. You are a bully. Okay, see your prime target. What is the type of kid you would bully the hell out of? Okay? Imagine that kid. Put him in your head. Now, pretend I'm that person. And this is my insult to you. You're a weenie. It's funny, right? Like, bro, you're a loser. Shut the hell up. You don't care. You don't listen to them. That is now the devil too. Because the devil is literally a loser. I mean, think about the devil's history. I mean, has the devil really won anything in a grand sense? He just loses to Jesus every time. And we have Jesus on our team. Why should we look at the devil any other way other than a loser? Because remember, if you think about him anything more than that, you give him power. That little loser you were just bullying in your own head has no power over you because you don't care about him. Just think about the devil in the same way. And we needed to talk about what we talked about before because you need to know who you are in order to be in that position of power, okay? Because when you have this little guy on your shoulder telling you, hey, go jerk off right now. If you don't have your identity, if you don't know who you are, I mean, this is why men are pushovers, by the way. They're like, oh, well, that's kind of wrong, but oh, well, okay. Meanwhile, after you do what I just told you with your identity, what happens? I am that guy. I am a winner. I don't do that. I don't identify with that. Get the hell out of here. I don't care. You're a loser. It becomes much easier to do that because you know who you are. In order to stand for anything, whether it be standing for a cause or standing against sin, against the little guy on the shoulder, you have to know who you are. So there you go. Boom. Devil destroyed. It's literally that easy. Now, obviously, it won't be perfect. Humans aren't perfect. Humans are flesh-bound. The spirit's willing, but the flesh is weak. That's why we need Jesus. But this will get rid of 99% of your problems, not only with sinning, but also with doing more of your positive habits. Because not only is this about stopping the bad habits, it's also about starting the good ones. And when you know your identity, you know what your ideal self, remember, spirit, ideal self, what you want to identify with. You know what he does every single day. If your ideal self is a copywriter, you know what you're doing. You're writing the copy for your whatever companies you work for, and they're making a bunch of money. And then sin becomes an afterthought because you're focused on your higher self. You want to change. You want to win. You want to grow. Screw the sin. I mean, it just goes to the wayside because you aren't thinking about it. The more you think about the sin, and when you're doing your I ams, don't say like, I am not the guy that uses Pornhub. Don't say that. Forget about the sin. Repent for it when you pray, obviously. But forget about it. Don't focus on the sin so much where you're just thinking, I sin, because then you end up sinning more. I'm going to give you an example. Listen to me. Do not, and I repeat, do not think about Bill Gates. Don't think about Bill Gates. Now, I will bet my absolutely massive cock on you thinking about Bill Gates, a little chicken neck bastard, within the past 10 seconds. See what I mean? It's just like when you try sleeping. When you think about, I have to go to bed, you end up not being able to go to bed. Just let free a little bit. Focus on the things you should be doing, and then you'll forget about the sin, and then you won't commit the sin. Focus on your good habits, focus on your identity, which has no interest in sinning, and then you realize your whole entire life change. Class dismissed. Join the Discord. Watch this other video. I am the best YouTuber on this platform. Ooh.